How does intuition work? How does it work? How does your psychic gifts work? What is it? How do we receive information and how do we know what it means? So first, I wanted to talk about how I see it, how I understand it, and how I think it works based on what other mentors and psychics have explained before, and also based on some quantum physics that I've understood, and also my own experience with it. And so that's what makes sense to me. So first, I would say we're like a lot of people say too, we're like radios. And at any time, we're bombarded with information from everywhere in the form of waves, frequencies, energy, and well, also in the forms of like visual, like billboards and ads and uh, any visual things that you can see around, or cell phones, sound like TV, music, smells, but we're also bombarded with energy that we can't see or perceive with our physical senses. So, and this information, the frequency, the energy, it comes from anything, so many things, anything that can emit waves, that emits energy. So, pretty much everything. But when we're interested in knowing like how it works when we're receiving information from non-physical beings like our spirit guides, our higher self, source or the universe, or any other types of non-physical beings, and there's so many of them that we're not even aware of, and also other people's thoughts and emotions, like we're able to receive this information as well. It's always around us, and we're kind of not swim bathing in all these waves, this information, energy information. So how I understand it, we receive this information, like whether we're tuned in or not consciously, we receive information. And then we need to filter it. Like we filter what's important, what's not. Like visual, like there's so many visual information, you don't necessarily notice everything all at once. So it's the same with like energetic information. So we need to filter it. And it is believed that we're actually receiving this information through the pineal gland. I haven't dug that much into it, but we need like a device to kind of select the information that we're absorbing or downloading. So now that we receive that information, how do we translate this energy, those frequencies, into something that we can actually understand that makes sense? And that would be through our 6 clairs. So you've probably heard of clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, the feeling, Clairaudience, Clairgustance, and I know I'm missing one. Claircognizance, the knowing. Yes. So we need to translate the information in something we can understand, and how we perceive the world right now is through our senses. So visuals, sounds, feelings, sensations. So that's how we perceive the world, and that's how we can understand it. So our 6 clairs are based on that too, but it's in our mind. So it's in your mind's eye that you're going to receive images. So the same way when you imagine something, you receive images or sounds or feelings and emotions. Like I perceive a lot with feelings, emotions, and images. That's how I get a lot of my information. So we're just sometimes stronger in certain these senses, but we have all of them. Everyone has all of them. And that's how we translate into something we can understand. So we might receive an image of an owl and it means something to you, but how do you figure what that means? How do you interpret all of these symbols and feelings and everything? Well, the thing is, it can be different for everyone. And you might even get like two different beings, like two different spirit guides that they're going to send you the same message, and it's going to be perceived a bit differently because maybe the way they're saying it, they're saying it is a bit different. It's not the exact same frequency or energy. So, but it might be the same message. Like they're trying to say the same thing. Like when we try to say something, we might use different words to say the exact same thing. So it's kind of the same. So how do you interpret all of this? Well, with practice. There's no magical, like, yes, there are libraries online where you can check what a symbol means, and there are like universal meanings to certain symbols, but it doesn't mean that's what it means to you. So you have to figure out what it means to you in the context, and you get that with practice. There's no way around it. So you might receive a feeling. So, for example, for me, something that's more positive, that's more like a yes, or something that's aligned for me, I'm going to perceive it with more like an image of more light, like sunshine, or it's lit, it's well lit. And I'm going to feel like an expansion. And that's how I know that for me, it's something that's positive or a yes, or it's something aligned for me. And when it's more like a no, it's bad, it's not aligned, I'm going to feel like a restriction, and it's going to be darker. It's going to be dim, and almost like there's a vignette in my vision. And I see this in my mind's eye. Like I don't see with my physical eyes. So that's the image that I get. And usually I'll feel an emotion with it, or just like an impression that, oh, it doesn't feel good. Or, oh, it feels good, it feels exciting. So I'll have like more details by how I perceive the energy or the emotion or the vibe. And that comes with practice. But I would say a good place to start, like if you're really new to this, a good place to start is to start knowing what is your intuitive yes and your intuitive no. So knowing what's positive aligned, because just by knowing the yes and no, you'll get to know what's aligned. Like if something is aligned, if it's good for you, if it's in the right direction. Like yes means a lot of things in energy. And the no is going to tell you if something is not aligned, if you shouldn't maybe do this, or if it feels like bad, if it feels like a no, that you should forget it, or just no. And yeah, it helps you feel like if it's right or wrong for you and all of that. So yes and no actually gives you a lot of information. You can ask a lot of questions and receive a lot of information that way. So I do have a short video training to help you find your intuitive yes and no. It's already there, and I'll put the link in the description. It's only a few minutes. It's really short, and I just guide you through the process of just visualizing and figuring it out, feeling what it is for you. And now I want to do more of these kind of exercises, like guided meditations and exercises on this channel to help you develop and practice your intuitive abilities and your intuition. So make sure to subscribe. Make sure to subscribe to this channel. And I'll see you soon, I hope. Subscribe. Bye.